Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying.
Ending
I
thing.
think uh, I think me and Bradley need to organize a FIFA game.
Oh yeah.
Or
We need to go
sometime,
get
sometime, sometime.
yeah. I'm pretty sure I can beat you. We'll see. We'll see.
A lot of confidence. Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to the Scrumming Pod. We are here with a special guest, Jordan Hendrikse. Yeah. And I'm here with Bradley and Remy. How are you guys today?
Yeah.
No. No, I'm all good. I'm all good. Can't complain much.
That's
Uh,
amazing. Are you guys not saying how you guys are? Or
I'm pretty good. I'm good. Chilled. Good to have the big man with us here. It's an amazing time. Can't wait to start. Asking you some questions, digging into his
okay.
mind.
Yeah.
It's
No, go for it, guys.
Remy, do you want to kick it off?
No, look, firstly, I think I was exposed to it at our school, playing for Glenwood. I think I had a couple of pressure moments, a couple of kicks. I think one kick was also memorable at the Kersney Festival, literally time was up. If I convert this kick from the left-hand corner, it wins the game, which I did. So I think I was always ready for moments like that, and it's moments you dream for, but with those moments, you must know it can go both ways. You must be able to handle the tough side of missing that kick, and how you bounce back mentally. But for me, that definitely gave me a massive, confidence booster. Um, Going into the season, especially in our playoffs, because those are the kicks you might face or challenge or be challenged, in the next couple of games. And those are important moments. Those are your big your BMT moments, and that makes you or potentially could break you,
That's
because it takes a lot, to bounce back from, missing a kick to win the game or missing a kick in a final. Those are the moments that could make you or break you. So of course, there's a lot of hype about it, and everyone's congratulating me, but my mindset is what's next.
what's next.
I want the next opportunity, the next moment to um, do what I love and do what I do best, and what's required of me.
How does it feel to be playing on the field with your brother from high school till now?
No, there's no word that can put it all together. I would say it's definitely something that's unreal. Anyone would, love to play with their brother, and have the opportunity. And we're just so blessed to have the opportunity, firstly, to be where we are individually, but also, God willingly, put together on the same field, representing our family and friends and everyone that supports us. And yeah, and we just want to do our best. And I think, yeah, it's testament to what our dad has taught us and how to be professional and the platform he put forward for us to achieve what we want to, as well as our whole family and everyone supporting.
That is lovely to hear. I think you don't
Yeah.
see many like sibling duos on the field, so it's nice to see
Yeah.
you guys. Yeah.
No, thank you, man. Oh no, it's trust me, there's been lots of banter playing against each other,
Yeah.
but hopefully now there's less banter and now we're working together.
We work together.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're just gonna
yeah.
have to continue that, Remy. But
Oh, Remy.
yeah. Did you wanna ask your Bradley
Right.
had an amazing
So,
question.
so I know you're a
Yes,
FIFA fan. I know you're a FIFA fan, right? And
yes.
I wanted to know that at some point did it change from soccer to rugby? And is that why, we know you're one of the best kickers out there? Is that did
Yeah.
that come from soccer influence at some point?
Look, I don't know, maybe my dad was, a professional soccer player during apartheid in Western Province because he was born
Wow.
and raised there.
Wow.
Uh, so maybe it comes from there, the long kicking, because most goalkeepers can kick the ball quite, far a mile.
Right,
I
right.
don't know. I've never, went into that idea of thinking like that. But I think it was just from a young age, growing up, you get exposed to so much sport, and outdoor activity. Like both me and Jaden were blessed, to be talented in cricket as well. So yeah, it was just a matter of what I enjoyed the most and what your community also played a lot. And that was predominantly soccer, cricket, rugby. So that love or that goal kicking came from me picking up a ball, kicking, and realizing, okay, you do this. I'm doing this quite well, and
Right.
people are. And more people are saying, "Oh, you're talented," in this, and especially if you're younger, you latch onto that quite quick,
True.
because you look up to older people, and if older people tell you something, that's something you're gonna chase after and give your best through. And that was something, a coach, Benny Meyer from school called Schonville.
Hmm.
So that's where I've latched on to that with goal kicking and kicking the ball, and I was just blessed and to be able to kick the ball far, and so that's where that comes from. I wouldn't know if it links to soccer or not. Maybe I should give it a go, and see, but we never know.
Never knows. True.
Yeah, that is. I did not know that about your like family background with sports, but that must have been good to have a parent that really did push you, even if it was very
Yeah,
different to what he did. But it's nice
yeah.
to hear that you had that family support and it really did work out
No,
the best for the two of you.
no, definitely, man. It's a blessing, to have, not even my father, but also family members, that
Mm.
supported us, that were talented in their own ways, whether it was sport or whatever. So that of course, benefited us going forward, in life.
I have one that's I might even be cut out of the podcast. Who knows? We'll see. But then I wanted to know your preference between Xbox and PlayStation because I know you also game a bit. So
PlayStation.
I
Hands down
why
PlayStation. Hands
why
down
though?
PlayStation.
Oh come
I'll give
on,
you the
man.
It's not the
why.
better
Why?
I'll give
original.
you the
It's not the
why.
better original.
Ending
I
thing.
think I think me and Bradley need to organize a FIFA game.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Or
We need to go
sometime,
there.
sometime,
Yeah,
sometime.
yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure I can beat you. We'll
Okay.
see. You'll see.
Very confident.
I love the confidence.
Yeah.
Just back that net.
What's your
Just
game of
back that
Okay.
choice,
I
if
under.
I
will.
may?
I
That's
definitely
all
will.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Sport. Anything sport. I'm not a big Call
Yeah.
of Duty, Fortnite fan. I love sport. So anything in sports. That's just me. Good. That's one thing. I actually don't watch much sport in my off time. It's weird. I just feel like that's my peace of mind, just stepping away from, the sports side, unless it's needed to, unless I'm prepping, for a game next week and I need to watch one or two teams, or internationally. But other than that, that's my way of stepping away, away from the field and just whether it's playing a bit of game
What
or
is the
watching a bit of series and stuff like that. That's my way. Or, you know,
Wait, I have one question that I wanted to ask. You
okay.
know, obviously in rugby, there's a very respectful way to play, like how everyone doesn't really talk to the ref and all of these things. If you could change one rule, what would it be?
If I could change one rule, um, yes, I don't think anyone has ever asked that question.
I'm the first.
I don't think anyone has asked that question. There's one thing we could change. Yes, I wouldn't say there's anything. Because I think we mustn't go away from the realism of the sport. You get what I'm saying? Because
Right.
we can say we want to change officials and how we view things, but at the end of the day, whatever gets passed on from officials is in order to protect the game and protect the players and longevity wise. So I think everything that's happening today is for longevity of the sport and protecting the players in long run. So from official point of view or law point of view, I don't think anything must change. In terms of the sport, I don't think anything. Yes, yeah, who wouldn't want to play in front of 20, 30,000 people, shouting, whether you're kicking and people are making a noise, it's how you handle those pressure, that, and that's what makes you different from all the other sports, individual sports. So, I wouldn't change anything, to be honest with you. If I do think about it, maybe I'll get to something, but at the moment, I don't think there's anything.
Hey, I have one more. Um, sorry. If there was something that you wanted people to know about rugby, because now I feel like, especially in the women's side, it's now like more, it's becoming more known and more focused on. What would you say you'd want to tell people about it?
In general, the sport in general,
Yeah.
I would say the sport in general, like, um, I think the biggest thing you learn, and I want to tell people about, is the values you learn within the sport,
Mm,
and what it teaches you as an individual and as a team player. Because I think those core values take you far in life, and it's definitely taken me far in life because the lessons you learn throughout the sport, whether it comes from being injured, how do you fight your mental battles to get back to your form and even be better than before your injury? uh, Not being selected, how you bounce back, how do you cope with criticism, um, people criticizing or you're seeing all these comments, how do you bounce back? And on a positive side, how you stay humble, whether everything's worked out for you, won 5 World Cups, you're ranked the best player in the world, how do you stay humble and how do you stay the best of the best, So that's one thing I would tell people about, because people don't see it like that. People are more fixated on Saturday, what happened Saturday. But people don't tend to look at the prep during the week. Is he 100%? What's happening, with his family? Does he have a young baby that he needs to look after, with his wife? So he's staying up till 4 o'clock in the morning. Then he needs to wake up at 6 to go to training and stuff like that. How does he, you get what I'm saying? So there's a lot of factors that people don't actually know
right.
where, yes, to a point you want people to know that because then people can actually think of it as we normal humans, we still live our daily lives. So,
Right.
treat us like that. In terms of that can come from whether it's criticism or not, or whether it's, hyping the person up. It's also just respecting that. And I think that's what I would tell more people about. And I give credit to, all the women, showcasing that the sport is not only for men and that any person capable, uh, capable and able to do so can play this beautiful sport,
Mhm.
and it's not perceived as a manly sport only. And you can even I give credit to the sevens, how long have the sevens gone along, and just encourage more women that are looking into playing rugby, to give it a shot. You never know.
That is true. You never know.
No, no,
You never know.
she used to play actually. She
I
used to play.
did.
Oh
I loved
wow!
it.
Yeah.
And then why you stop?
Good question.
Um, I was really scared to injure my back any further, so I just
Yeah.
realized I love it, and I'll stay on the sidelines. But for the sake of my life, I'm gonna get off the field.
No, I get you, and I think that's also it falls into what I would want to tell people. Having that availability for athletes to be exposed to other athletes to speak about it,
Mhm.
because it takes a mindset thing, and I think from a mental point of view, if you're exposed to different athletes, or people know about, okay, Jordan went to a similar thing that you went to, that you can push through it, not to a point where you're gonna hurt yourself further in terms of they're telling you can't play further, but more from a mental side of view, because it's a topic that's just brushed over, in terms of a psychological point of view, of how we see the game, how you deal with certain stuff.
That is very true.
I do have one more question. We're
So,
talking about how you're still human. We're still human, right? How did
yeah.
you manage to balance the school and playing rugby? Like that must have been hard because when I did track, one of them would fall at some point, and I had to come back. It was always a hard thing to do. How did you manage to do that?
Look, I would say currently now I'm still studying. I did about a year and a bit of psychology. Um, Close to 2 years. Then I stopped that. When my father passed 2 years ago, and then now I'm started studying again. But in terms of high school, it's tough to say because I would say it comes from a mental point of view and it comes from a point of core values, what's important for you. Like our school, or first and predominantly, lived with five values, that was on and off the field, from a education point of view and on field. So I can't select you in the first team if you are failing or not going to class or not doing this. So I can't select you, and that's where I give our credit to my high school coach because he taught us that professionalism and the standards and values we need to make it far in life. And I think if you started from a young age, the easier it is to adapt when you're going to a professional setup, because it's installed within you. And then it's just a matter of adjusting to, what you have to. But I think if you're not exposed to that from a young age, you struggle quite a bit, whether it's in high school or, professional career. I think that's how you struggle with it. So that's where I give credit to my high school coach. It's just being exposed to that and just a matter of balance. And I think it more comes from a social point of view.
Mm.
It's you need to compromise and sacrifice one. And I think if you want to have a social, sports, and academic, it's not all going to be balanced. It's a matter of sacrificing not completely one to a percentage, I would say, and then just focus on what you want to do. There's enough time to, enjoy your life, I think, because as a professional rugby player, you only have until the age of 35, 40 if you're lucky, to play the game. And then after that, then you can enjoy your 40s,
Everything else.
and onwards, I'm not saying don't enjoy yourself, guys, till 40. I'm
Yeah.
not saying that, but I think it's just a matter of what you're willing to sacrifice, what you want to achieve in life, and yeah, and what's made for you. I think that's the biggest thing, and the man above, the only man that knows your part in your journey, and you just have to have faith and just believe in the part is written for you. Um, and yeah, you can just be a follower and work hard and focus on the things that uh, you have to do and have to tick off every single day. And it's how I live my life, tick the small boxes every single day, and
Yep.
those big ones that you put goals for will tick itself.
That's true. That's
That
true.
is
Thank you.
that would definitely motivate a lot of people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
if the
thank you, man.
True.
yeah,
I hope
but
those kids are taking notes. I'm great.
honestly,
Take notes, guys. They have to
No,
take.
thanks, man. But I would say the biggest thing, especially from high school, that also, was driving me besides family and the cliche of what everyone says, was two things. It's firstly, I live by inspiring others. So whether I was 14, whether I was 15, I love by inspiring others. So whether I did extras, whether I spent the extra sit or did an extra sit in gym or whatever, no matter what age, there's always someone looking up to you. And that could be in your family, that could be people walking forward saying, oh, yeah, but look at that guy training, still training at this time, that could motivate them, whether it's the older person or not.
Mhm.
And then, yeah, I think the biggest thing is not disappointing my community, I would say, because that's one place that will always support you and give you all. And you never want the words of, oh, yes, he used to be good. He used to he achieved this and that. Look at him now. And I
yeah,
think that's the biggest fear because your parents, your girlfriend, wife, kids will always accept who you are. They'll always take you in. They'll always look after you.
Mhm.
But the community, you make them if you understand what I'm saying, like you create your own narrative with them,
Mhm.
and it takes yourself to create the bad, narrative about that. So if you achieve and become the greatest or whatever that, they always have that as a highlight. But if you fail and you go back, you created that narrative for yourself. You're
Right.
the only person to blame for that.
Right.
So
True.
you're the only person who you can blame if they chat, oh, he used to be good, look at him now,
Yeah, yeah.
working the you're the only person. So you're the only person that stops yourself from achieving what you want to.
Yeah, that hit.
Yeah.
Though you may not like
Right.
you may not like to big yourself up, I definitely will. I think you're so wise and so intelligent for your age, and y- the how far you've come in your career at such a young age, you think that you'd be overconsumed by everyone being like, "Oh my gosh, she's the best," but you are,
Yeah.
But the fact that you remember that you're part of of a community and that you do represent a lot of people is such a big thing. I think
Mhm.
as a nation, as a country, as a continent, we really do have to show people that we are worth looking at and we are worth paying attention
Mhm.
to. And I think you're doing an amazing job of that. Yeah.
No, thank you. I appreciate it very much. Means a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, live by inspiring others.
Yes,
Live by.
100%.
I'm gonna quote that. That's now my new my new code. It's
I
amazing.
love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, no, no, appreciate it, man. Look, there's a story to be told within every single person. That's how
Mm.
you write your story.
Yeah, you gotta
And
stop giving me too much.
no, like, and I think, and I think that's the biggest thing. There's a story to be told.
You're right, it is.
And dot dot dot. It's within yourself to write that story.
Wow.
Yeah.
So,
A
so
lot.
when you reflect back and you think about the high school, all the stuff you did wrong and the choices you make, you know that you had a pin to write, that own narrative. Don't have excuse for any of that.
Okay. Okay. Good
Yeah.
point. Yeah. Yeah. This just turned
Yeah.
into a lecture. So,
You did.
Thank you for your time.
and we learned a lot. Yeah, I'm grateful for that. That's
But
amazing.
yes,
Yeah.
so we'll wrap
Yeah.
it up. I will say I wish you the best on your studies and
Yeah.
on your rugby career as a
We'll be
whole.
watching.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll
No,
be
thank you. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate all you guys. I appreciate your time. And yeah, I hope you guys, I've learned a lot, especially from you guys. Randy, I still take you up on your FIFA. But
Yes. Yes.
yeah, hopefully, you know, you can change your mind about it. Not to play again, but how you see it and how you saw the sport. And let me, hopefully I can learn a lot
No, sorry.
about you, not jumping off the podcast, but staying on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you, man.
It's okay.